So we're going to have Vijay with BuildUp that is going to razzle and dazzle us with some very, very cool stuff.
Thank you. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming on a Wednesday morning. I know it's hard, and to hear what I'm going to present. So, I assume most of us use credit cards, right? And many of us think we don't pay any fee if we pay it off on time. But that's not true. The MasterCard and Visa did not make $224 billion in revenue last year. So every swipe we make, every tap we do, we silently lose 3 to 4% as consumers. I mean, obviously, merchant pays that fees to the card network, but they actually mark up a higher price on the product or service, or if they have that flexibility, or they have to cut their margins. So we are losing quietly 3 to 4% every purchase we make. It goes out of our community because the money doesn't stay local, right? So I am VijaiSenthil Padmanabhan. I go by Vijay, and we have built. I'm the CTO and co-founder of BuildUp, and we have built a community commerce platform called BuildUp. It is basically our vision is to make sure the money we spend stays local within the community. That's our vision. So how we do that, we are going to go through the presentation on how we do that, and we'll go one by one. So small and local business are the backbone of our community. They make up almost all US firms, like 99.9%, and they contribute about 43% of GDP in the total US. Yet they are squeezed by 3 to 4% on the card network fees, right? And they struggle to get capital, and they are often invisible to the consumers. So that's the biggest problem we are trying to solve. And in fact, the consumers, they want to shop local, but there's no easy way or rewarding way to do it. So we believe it is just not a business problem. It is a community survival issue. What that means, every time we pay Amazon or Walmart or Target, our money goes out of the community. It doesn't stay. And our community is we make our community so fragile and vulnerable to the market conditions. So that's the problem we are solving. And how we do it? We actually charge the local small businesses half the price of the card network fees. So major competitors, Stripe, Square, Clover, Toast, they charge about 3 to 4%. We charge only 1.5% to 2%. So, and in addition to that, we also allow our consumers to mark up or add their spare changes into their own wallet, so they can actually lend to the small businesses as microloans. And we offer an in-app geo-discovery feature in our app so that consumers can easily find those small businesses. And we offer the digital payments and gift card solutions for the small businesses. And we also offer crypto reward points for the consumers to shop local, so they can actually redeem the reward points back in the local businesses at any point, so that we're trying to create this circular economy. So how it works? It's pretty simple. It's just the way it works. Go to the business, tap to pay, or scan, or swipe. It just works the same way. And we also, as I was saying, we also offer reward points for the consumers for shopping local. And it's a seamless contribution. You can also do connect your bank if you choose to. You can connect your bank so that you can actually round up your spare changes as you purchase everywhere. The money goes to your wallet, and you can pay from your wallet to the businesses. You can also choose to do that. And by also doing that, you can actually also create a community fund or community pool and lend the small business when they are looking for money to improve their or to grow, to sustain, and so on and so forth. And the business gets to pay. That's a cool part. The business gets to pay on their every time they make money. So we actually allow them to mark up a certain percentage so that we can pay the lenders back seamlessly without paying, not to pay in a whole sum, right? And We also have built a white labeling solution so that the chambers, cities, or anyone who wanted to use BuildUp as their own platform, they can use it. So the opportunity is huge. There's about 18 trillion sitting in low interest bank rates. Just 1% of it can pump 18 billion into local economies. But the problem is the small business can't access it. They are not offered loans. They are denied 43% of the time. They are denied with loans. That's 53%. And the inflations are eating their profits. So at the same time, 91% of consumers want to shop local, but they lack tools, visibilities, and there's no rewarding way to do it. So that is where we come in, and that is what we solve. We try to bridge this problem. Our go-to-market strategy is working with Chamber of Commerce, working with economic development councils, cities, payment solution consultants, and marketing agencies through a revenue share model of partnership. So that's how we try to go to market, and we also incentivize merchants to onboard their own suppliers to further lower that 1.5% fee. So when they onboard their suppliers or when they refer their suppliers, they get to reduce their transaction fee or the card network fee further down. And we also have plans to launch a gift card matching programs, and we are also working on putting together a shop local initiative. I mean, why only after Thanksgiving should be a small business Saturday? Why not every Saturday, right? So that's what we are planning to do. So we are trying to pull in all the local vendors and local businesses, small businesses, into a venue so that we can build those small business Saturdays. The competitive advantage. So we putting this all together. I mean, obviously the 1.5% plus 20 cents is a competitive price across Stripe, Square, and all others. So we also are first to market to build a roundup and then do a microloan to the small business. So our business model, it's pretty simple. BuildUp is free to use. So when the business make money, we make money. That's it. So there's no platform fee, there's no monthly fee, there's no any onboarding fee, right? And we charge from 1.5% plus 20 cents, and that also lowers when they onboard their suppliers. And we are planning to add the targeted advertising for our businesses $12 a month. And in future, we are planning to, as I was saying, revenue from lending and market commission and data analytics services. So our financial forecast is pretty strong. So we tend to break even in the mid 2027, and our unit economics is strong. So I'm going to quickly move on to save time. We can come back when we have time. Our traction, we actually started in 2023, about 2 years back, and we launched our platform. We went back several times depending upon what the market is looking for. So we pulled back and then we had to refine it. So finally we launched in July, and we initiated a partnership with the United Bank in Philadelphia to underwrite our micro loans. We also are part of the Audible Business Attraction Program in Newark, New Jersey. And we also partner with Newark Alliance and Invest Newark. And I'm working with 2 Chamber of Commerce here in Central Florida, one with Osceola County Chamber of Commerce and Boca City Chamber of Commerce. Just started the talking. We are just moving on. So that's our team. Our CEO co-founder based out of Newark is Andrew, and I'm the CTO co-founder, and we have a legal counsel to handle, because it's a fintech company, financial, we need to have a strong legal counsel. And we are also advised by a blockchain attorney, because this is a DeFi platform, what we have built. It's a stablecoin payment system. So we have NSA for such advice, and we also have Nick for advising on the financial aspects of things. Yep, beside looking for funds, we are looking for partners. We are looking for connects in the Chamber of Commerce, connects in a payment consulting space. So that's exactly what you're looking for. And thank you for your time in listening. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Great presentation.
Thank you.
So I'm a small business, and when we were looking into that, we were guided to Shopify.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you integrate with Shopify or those tools that a lot of small business are using to get recognition and get more people?
Thank you. That's a good question. So we have built our platform in such a way that it can be integrated with any online marketplace through API integration. So Shopify is not on list at this point, but eventually we will work with Shopify, and then we can have our integration built from the backend. So when you actually get to pay, or the consumers get to pay through Shopify, they can use BuildUp to pay.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Next.
This is fantastic concept, very noble concept. Your challenge is going to be how you communicate this up the line. You want to make this a household thing. Everybody should know what the hell this is. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
You have to figure that out, and I want to talk to you about that.
Sure,
It's
sure.
you can scale it up. You're all virtual. Whole world knows what it is all about. It can be global too.
Yes,
Okay? I want to spend some time with you. Thank you.
definitely. Thank you.
Hey Vijay, thank you for the presentation. Beautiful idea. Congratulations with the deployment. And my question is, what are your fintech projects are always exciting, and my question is, what were your challenges in your vision? What were your challenges, and what challenges you're going to experience, you think? Number two is, it feels like you have a direction towards cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Do you
Yes,
consider
yes,
that?
you're right. Yep.
Okay. What is your vision? Do you want to share that?
Sure, sure. The challenge, I'll first address your first question. The challenges currently we are facing is a direct door-to-door selling is a bigger challenge, because it takes time, right? The scalability is very low. So that is why we are partnering with the Chamber of Commerce, partnering up with the cities, partnering up with marketing agencies through revenue share. So we are trying to address that problem, address the challenge by partnerships. That's our biggest challenge we face today. And to your second question, yes, the entire BuildUp is a DeFi platform, which is built on blockchain. We have built a stable coin payment system. So to give you a quick rundown of people who are interested in learning more about it. So there are two types of cryptocurrencies. One, what we all know, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP of the world. And there is another called stablecoin. What it means is one stablecoin will always be equivalent to one USD. There will be a little volatile, like in few cents, going back and forth. But that's what stablecoin means. It doesn't have volatility. So we use stablecoin as a backend rail to actually reduce the cost. So basically, that's what we have done. And we also offer reward points, which is our own crypto token, so that we will be able to create that as a circular mission. Thank you.
This is really phenomenal. The need is huge, and what you're doing is you've thought it through very well. My two questions are, one, I'm trying to envision this kind of new landscape of global digital online economy, but then also a return to local community-oriented, like you said, circular economy. And then also values, and how values, not just profit margins, but values that connect with circularity and local movement. So first question is there like, can there be regions, as far as like scalability, have you thought about this from like in regards to region, as far as some regions, say you try across 5 areas, cities, regions, and some, like 3 of them take and 2 of them don't. Would that still be successful if you're able to generate enough circularity in an area, but not necessarily make it as national or international as you want? So as far as like kind of cells or like compartmentalized growth. And the second question is, how do you see values, community and collective values fitting into this vision of re-empowering a local economy and user and community, like small businesses and consumers?
Yep, thank you. Thanks for the question. So the first question, the way I understand is the balance between staying local and scaling globally. That's how I understand your question. Thank you. So yes, so our way is building the economic power from grassroots, right? So when we empower local community, it could be even one neighborhood in one city, but that is going to, it's like dropping a ink in a paper towel. It's going to blot, it's going to spread, right? Because people will see the value eventually, and then they're going to refer through word of mouth. So they're going to, even though our partnership efforts and our sales and marketing efforts will contribute, but this is going to spread. So that's why, in fact, you would see in the go-to-market strategy, our target is to work with very few cities initially. Like one is Newark, where my CEO is based out of. One is Orlando, where I'm based out of, and there is one more is Chicago. These are the 3 cities we are initially working. And I think we will stay with these 3 cities for a year or so. And from there on, then we will start expanding this to other cities. So that it's a grassroots movement. That is how I look at it. And the second question, sorry, I missed the second question. Can you please?
About keeping it anchored in values so that the circularity actually reflects the communities. Keeping it anchored in say one really does become successful in Newark and one really does. How does that circularity reflect in similar or slightly different values depending upon, region and culture? As far as is there you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So basically, see,
Local
the culture.
Yeah.
See, when we start supporting the self-employed local businesses, right? Say, for example, they are easy math, right? They are making $1 million in revenue for easy math. They are making less than 100K, but easy math, right? When they are making $1 million in revenue, if say assume it's a 10% margin, they're taking home 100K, right? But at the same time, they are spending 30K to card network alone. That's 3% of 1 million. Think of that 30K goes back into the family. They have a choice now. They have freedom to either grow the business further or take care of their daily needs. They can bring up their kids. They can pay college tuition fees. It matters a lot, right? So that's why we focus on businesses who are making 1 million revenue and below. We're not focusing more than that because then beyond 1 million making revenue, that becomes a want for them. It's a nice to have, that cost saving. But 1 million below, that's a need for them, right? So that is the kind of cultural change we are trying to make.
Awesome.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Okay, last question.
So you're BuildUp, right?
Yeah.
And we can blow you up. And I'll tell you the most underutilized marketing, which is free, high schools. High schools have, in Florida specifically, we have, and so Orlando is one of your markets, they have different high schools that have different, I don't think they're called like different revenues, or different areas. So like Boone High School has law, finance, blah, blah, blah. Kids can blow this up. And how kids do it is high schools go to local people to help fund their school boosters, all that kind of stuff. You give this to a kid and say, come up with a 15-second sell, which is how long they pay attention today, literally, and they blow this up and say, how do you get that back? So I think, as a former educator, you don't realize how much these children can really say, okay, I want the money to go back, I want to do this, and it's free for you to work with them because they're just doing it for their future and to say that they have it on their resume.
Yep.
But we underestimate how children perceive things because adults are just very different. So I say, great idea, fantastic, but if you could look at that, they'll do it for you in a second. You just have to narrow it down, like you said, and then figure it out. But I think it's great.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
All right.
I haven't thought of it, but that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's great. So other than helping you get funded, what can we as the Orlando community of 1 million cups do to help you?
So yeah, as I was saying, partnerships. That's where we are really focusing our energy, everything in these days. So anyone in the Chamber of Commerce who are well connected, that referral would be a great help. And whichever business is already connected to this small and micro business and servicing in one other way. So we can actually partner up. That's what I was saying, like we work on a revenue share basis. So through referrals, through influencing, so we'll be able to share a revenue for the referrals we get through. That will be on the transaction fees for up to a year. So so we can grow together. So we are looking such kind of partnerships.
Okay, you should check with the Rotaries as well.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you.
Rotaries. We'll talk about that after.
Sure.
All right, good job.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all.
Now we've got a returning presenter. Karolina and Oliver have done an amazing job over the last year. About a year since they were here last. They were just kind of getting together with what they were doing. And now, yesterday you got your container?
Yes, finally.
Yesterday,
The two
they got
pallets.
their first container of goods that was shipped over from Colombia. So I'm going to let Karolina give you all the stuff on this. I'm really proud of what these guys have done and accomplished. So
Oh, thank you. Remind me.
with Pacific Soul, welcome Karolina.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everybody. We're very happy to be here. Before we start, we actually wanted to recognize the support that this community has provided in the last year. We were here last year in December presenting, and since then it has been wonderful for us. We found mentors, connections that has helping us get to where we are today. So before we start, we just wanted to say thank you to the community. And as Jim said, we are Pacific Soul. And what we do is we help people eat as nature intended. And why is that? I'm pretty sure that you have heard that we should be consuming more fruit and vegetables, your doctor, blogs, the news, and yet, let me go back. 9 out of 10 Americans don't consume enough. Maybe it's not convenient, maybe it's just not easy for our hectic lives. And I actually became part of that statistics when I came, well, with our family. We got relocated from Colombia to here. And my hectic life just led me to health issues. I ended up with micronutrient deficiencies. And that is part of the idea of bringing the Colombian superfruits I grew up with. And in 2022, I became a mom of a premature baby, which a year after she was also diagnosed with micronutrient deficiencies. Unfortunately, diet was not a priority in my pediatrician mind. So that sparked or not a spark, it was the push that we needed to actually build Pacific Soul and help more people find a solution to their new style of life. So we see more people looking for a preventive way of health. They wanna, do we have a pointer?
Yep.
I do?
Right above the 2 arrows.
Okay. So we are not looking only for supplements and pills, they want a lifestyle, and we want to be between those two. And it's a market that is growing 2 to 3 times the US GDP. So it is confirmed that there is a trend globally, not only in the States, there are more people looking for natural ways to get the nutrients, the benefits that they need to feel their best. A great opportunity for us to tackle the 90 billion addressable market with a potential of 75 million share of market in 5 years. So what we do, we craft natural and functional snacks to help people snack as nature intended, because we don't add anything. No preservative, no sugars, no colorants, we just remove water. And along with that, we do 2 wonderful things. We upcycle fruit, so we take the fruit that nobody wants because it doesn't look good for supermarkets, but it's perfect in the inside from nutrients. And we also empower local communities in Colombia that are being forced to swap their crops for more known, like blueberries. But the fruits that we work with are very powerful, and you will learn from those in a minute. So real superfruits real health benefit, zero compromises. And one of the key benefits of our Colombian superfruits is actually the taste. Probably you know that in the tropics we have a variety of fruits. Colombia itself has more than 400 species of fruit. And just the soil, the nutrients that our country has, it provides a unique taste to the fruit. You're not gonna find it, well, in some few countries, but Colombia is very, very blessed to have that variety of fruit. And for what purpose? So your brain, your body, and your gut can feel and receive the benefits of the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and bioactive compounds that these fruits have naturally. And one of the key things that we're missing in our diet in America is fiber. We're eating a lot of protein, but we're missing the fiber. We're missing the enzymes that that our body needs to absorb those proteins. So what is our strategy? We're starting direct to consumer and moving up to retailers. We want to solidify our margins and our position direct to consumer before we move to big retailers so that we can have brand recognition based on storytelling, premium pricing, and a clear path to success. Because when you move to the retailers, the margins get narrow with all the players in between. So we're making sure that we target health consumers, busy professionals, kind of in the same hectic life that I got here when we moved from Colombia. Busy parents looking for nutrition so we can offer kind of a gourmet nutrition on the go so that you don't have to compromise on taste nor nutrients because you are busy. What is what we have done so far in our roadmap? We started a 6-month pilot. So before jumping into the actual launch, we performed a 6-month pilot on Etsy and in our local community to receive feedback about the fruits that we were positioning. You guys were the first ones to try our MVPs, and the feedback that I received from you and from the rest of the community helped us shape what we're offering today. We launched on October 18 this year, so we just launched. And the idea is, as I mentioned before, position our brand direct to consumer. We are starting selling on our website, and we are positioning other marketplaces that I will explain in a minute. Of course, our intent is to start looking into retail, so more specialized local stores in the target cities that we have in mind, and then start building on partnerships, leverage the traction to big retailers so that we have a sustainable business. Our traction, so on October 18, we actually launched an event called Meet the Makers in Washington, D.C., and we sold out. We sold around $1,000 in 4 hours. We actually had to stop selling because the idea of this show was to sample. People were not intended to buy, but we had lines of people trying to get our products. The show was supposed to close at 6, between 5 and 6. We were at 6:30 still with people asking us to sell what we got. So it was a wonderful experience, not only from the selling out the product, but the feedback that we received from each one of our products. That was probably the best thing. On that same day, probably what is behind us is actually a Union Kitchen store. We had so much people coming to our booth that the manager of the store had to come out and ask, what is going on, because there were just lines of people in front of their store. And they asked us to be part of 2 Union Kitchen stores. So right now we're on that. We're going to be sampling again in DC on December 12th in one of the Union Kitchen stores. And we're working on a distribution contract also with Union Kitchen, which they provide snacks for museums, hospitals, kind of more food service. As they like our size, you're going to see that not a lot of competitors are offering the size that we're offering on the go, and that put us in a winning position for the food service arm of our strategy. What else we have accomplished? So we started We Founder campaign. So actually we learned about We Founder here in 1 million cups thanks to someone that came that day. We raised 56,000 so far on We Founder. Our goal is 120 and it's gonna be closing in February. And it has been just a wonderful experience to see people that are not from our family actually supporting us. So that was pretty cool. Other opportunities that show up, North Market is a platform that sells to hotels. And yesterday we received our first request from the Four Seasons in Lake Surfside in Florida that they want to evaluate our products for their vending machines. And we also got another vendor in DC that wants to put our products in the Children's Museum in Washington, DC. Besides that, we already started with Farm to Me and Fair. Those two platforms, what they do is they connect brands like us to independent stores. So it's kind of a B2B brand. Before going into big retailers, they gave that connection. We got approved to both. And last but not least, right now we have been evaluating a partnership with Snackwise in California. And what they do, they offer snacks for offices. So we actually met them in Fancy Food early this year. We were very blessed to have the opportunity to pitch to them in 5 minutes, and they loved our snacks, and we got invited to that. All of this is organic growth. We haven't spent much, almost zero in marketing. So our team, my husband that is up there, and quality control that is Mila, so the little one that you see here. She is the first one that tries all our snacks. Of course, we have Juliana, she's not here, she's our partner in Colombia. She's the one that connects with the growers and some of the things that we need to do in Colombia. And some of our advisors, but Jim, I think you should be here because you have been also a great advisor to us. So we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, and this is what we do. We are on a mission to help people snack as nature intended, so you don't have to sacrifice on flavor or nutrients because you are on the go.
Right.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I always get nervous.
And she's got some samples for you
Yes.
after we're done. I told her when we tried these, I said it's like cheese puffs with flavor, but they're really good snacks and good products.
This is amazing.
Thank you.
Where you were, 6 months ago, you presented here?
December 14 or December 10.
Yeah, amazing difference. Amazing. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Every respect. Your challenge is going to be, we'll talk about it later on separate, scaling it. That's a problem. And you have to think about who could undo you, who could be. Pepsi can do, I know. By the way, she came from Pepsi. She has an amazing background. Okay?
Thank you.
And Indra Nui is top notch on this thing. They can, now she's not there, they can, people like them take her over. So that's what you have to think about it. Cost is another one. Scaling up a cost is big problem. Freeze drying is very, very, very expensive. So you have to think of it. So there are a lot of challenges, but can overcome, especially you and you guys have an attitude. You are going to make it happen. You are going to make it happen. And I want to help you out, okay? Thank you.
Well, the amazing thing is too that a year ago, it was really just kind of just getting product and just trying and sampling, and in a year to be able to be in these markets where to get some massive distribution across the country. And that in and of itself, it took a lot of work,
It did.
So, it did. So share, what was one of the conferences you went to that you met, like the Kroger, and tell them
The
about that.
fancy food. So of course we have a limited budget, so we were not able to present or have a booth, but we found resources that allow us to be in front of retailers. So we are not ready there. We recognize we need to solidify our operations before we go there, but we want to start the conversation. So we got in front of them, pitched to Snackwise. We met with Mayer, a big retailer actually in the Midland, Michigan area where we were, some in California, and all of them are eager to try our products. At that time, I just have the MVP, so we told them as soon as we had the commercial products, we'll start the conversation because it takes about a year to actually be with them. But it was an effort to just be there, be present, not be shy. I'm personally shy, but those are the things that I think we have to do to make it happen, as you said.
A beautiful presentation, and congratulations with the success and all of your accomplishments. I was wondering about the competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing good? Did they got knocked out by you?
Let me see. Oh, you guys. So our competitors, we have about 4 competitors. I actually had a table in the back. None of them are offering exotic superfruits, and we have only, well, you could say blueberries. The products or the fruits that we work with are soursop, golden berries, feijoa, yellow dragon fruit, and even mango and pineapple are a species from Colombia that even if you try the mango from a competitor, my mango, it's gonna taste totally different. And that's because 2 things that make us special. One, we freeze dry in Colombia, not only because the fruit is there, is because we actually want the fruit to stay in the tree the longest. What happens, the fruit that you get here, unfortunately, gets, I always say this word wrong, ripen, right? Thank you. In the logistics, process, we didn't want to do that because we know that for you to get the antioxidants that the fruit naturally has, it has to be in the tree until like few days before it's fully ripe. So that makes us unique in the sense of taste, but also in the nutritional content, in the antioxidant bioactive compounds that they offer. So all of them are doing pretty good. We're hoping to do better.
Muy buena. Grande presentación. Muchas gracias. Just a question. Who is the investor behind all this in Colombia? Are they Colombians or are they people from the outside?
So we actually
I'm just
have
curious.
investors from around the world.
Oh, really?
We
Good.
have investors from Spain, from Germany, of course from Colombia, from
Germany,
the US. What else we have?
Of course.
Switzerland.
That's why I wanted to know this.
So we have investors around the world. When we push in, we found out when we hit the 50,000, there were people from the States that are looking to learn more from us. They are requesting samples. So we're hoping to move
That's
up
the way
in
to
the
go.
local.
Listen, let me give you one idea, okay? I used to work in the big hotels here in town. Opened many of them, most of them. If you go to the ones like the World Center, for example, they do 4,000 or 5,000 box lunches every week. You know box lunches? Instead, they have sit-down dinners. They give you box lunches.
Okay.
If you replace the potato chips with those kind of things,
That's our
win-win,
goal.
win-win. Okay. So think about this. You have to start marketing yourself. You cannot only run around with a T-shirt with your name in the back. That's not enough. Okay.
Agree.
So are you FDA approved? Yeah, of course.
Yes, we are.
You have to be. Okay, that's it. Gracias, muy amable.
Thank you. Gracias a ti.
What you're doing is so wonderful and important. I'm an environmental marketer, and I just want to give you an encouragement from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. Remember, you are in my opinion, you are in a category of one. You have no competitors, meaning you are so differentiated and you are so focused on your culture and really taking the essence of the best parts of Colombian superfruits and bringing it to us. And you're positioning as not just being a food, but between a food and like almost a supplement. Mm-hmm. So this is the thing. Thinking of there's going to be this loop of customer education where you as they learn to love your product and as they taste it and love it, you're educating them more and more, and they're believing in their health, they're believing in your company, and they're believing in the farmers that they're supporting in Colombia. So it's this really value-rich feedback system. And if it is in these box lunches, it's not going to be the same because Cheetos and potato chips, people just toss them. This is so precious, both from a nutritional standpoint and from what the earth is producing, that it's a totally different. It's like luxury purse versus a $10 purse on a food level. So just remember, stay completely true to what you're doing. You do not need to mimic any of these other big companies because what you're doing is so different.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna cry. You know, I'm a crier. He knows.
Not while I talk, please. Good. I'm glad that got you to chuckle. So I used to work in IT within the produce industry. So I had the luxury of walking into some produce distributors, and I've seen the ripening process. It's an eye-opener. So to help you with that same exact answer in the future, in a room full of this, or to any executives that you're talking to, and in general, that key point is so huge, that tree ripened perfection that you have up there. You don't even need to say the word. The way to say it is, who in here's seen ripening who's been in a produce distribution center? Anybody? Raise your hand. Okay. And what color do tomatoes come to the distribution as? Green. So that same concept, we don't want that happening in the warehouse, do we? We'd rather have that on a tree. So that right there, that's imagery, right?
Okay.
And you don't even need to say the word ripened. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
horrible for
imagery, it's the imagery of, and seeing bananas go in there green. And I had no clue of all of that until you see it firsthand. And that is so crucial, the way that you obviously, that's a differentiator for you. So, love it.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that.
All right, fantastic.
So I had the pleasure of living in Brazil for 4 years, and then I also was a Spanish immersion educator for 12 years. And kindergartners bring snacks, okay? And I would always say to my class, this is what I want. I don't want any. In America, we have apple juice in a squeeze. It's a disaster. The ripening, I'm going to go back to that. The difference between a fruit that actually comes to full versus what we do in the U.S. is completely different. So congratulations. I think consumers in America don't even know. They think something's ripe. They don't even know the word ripe. So we need to educate on ripe, and then also how the fruit grows brings in all, because someone will get a banana and they'll say, well, this is good for you. But actually, when it was green, it didn't gain all
it
of
doesn't
the,
have
so
antioxidants.
that education piece is super important. And then schools and parents. And this generation of young people want flavor, and they want it to taste well. So congratulations, it's an awesome
Thank
product.
you so much.
All right, fantastic. So, and something that I learned about by working with them too is that the freeze-dried process does not take away any of the nutritional value, which is so very important to this. So great job. What can we do as the 1 Million Cups community do to help you?
Connecting us with people, with institutions, with someone that would like to try our products and give us an opportunity. Also, of course, we're raising with founders, so any connection recommendations are super well received. And continue giving us the advice, the support that you guys have been providing the whole year, because it has been tremendous support for all of us and learning. So.
Right. Good job. And then we'll have some samples up here after. Come grab some.
So, of course, so we have from tart to sweet. So if you are more into the sweet comfort side, your mango, mango, pineapple, and yellow dragon fruit are going to be the ones to go. All of them, of course, if you want to know about all the antioxidants, you can ask me. I have all that information for you. And if you're more in the not sour, but more acidic, tart, zesty side, feijoa, golden berry, and soursop. Golden berry is going to be probably the top, then feijoa and soursop. So how do I do this?
Well, they can come up after. We'll put them right here.
And the mango is going to be like just candy. It's actually from a species called, in Spanish, mango de azúcar, so kind of sugar mango. And it's a mango that's very small. Even when it's fresh, you can eat it with the peel. It's not as bitter, and it doesn't leave the strings. So it's going to be like just like a natural candy. It's going to melt in your mouth. And follow us, please. Definitely, we need to increase our presence. One of the things we're doing, we're very shy. We're chemical engineers, so we are not meant to be in front of the screens or here. And we started doing videos, promoting, so we're actually hiring. We had to hire someone. To the things that we needed to do is face our fears to the cameras. And we had to pay, otherwise we're not gonna do it. We don't have the budget to lose that money. So we are actually trying to be more out there to educate, to show the benefits of the fruit, so that people can, understand everything that we're bringing here in kind of in a fun way. So,
All right, congratulations.
thank you.
So these are some of the organizations that we work with that sponsor us. Here, Salai Coffee is where we get our coffee. The incubation program is part of what provides this facility for us. John Swanson is here with the real estate detective, and Angela with Trilogy Leaders. And Donut Central is where we get all of our good sweeteners for the morning. 1 Million Cups is a very unique organization. We're a nonprofit. We meet all across the country at 9 o'clock in the time zone that they're in. And most of the organizations work like we do, where we have a little networking before, sorry, we can't say networking, where we have a little meet and greet together, have some coffee and donuts, and get to know each other. And as I said earlier, I highly encourage you to get together with somebody that you can have a conversation with. These are, yes?
You know your slides as networking, right?
I'll have to fix it. Oh, okay.
It's like social hour.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
Coffee, quick coffee. This is coffee time, and then is meeting time.
Okay, well, thank you. I missed one. If you're part of the organizing committee, raise your hand, please. So you can come ask any of us, how can you present, and how can you be able to share what you're doing and get some advice and help on that moving forward. There's some great local coffee shops in the area. There's a great little one called CFS Coffee right over on Church Street. They've got an amazing lilac latte, which is amazing. So why do you come here? Attend, apply, prepare, and present. Let people know what you do. It's the best way to help you grow. I mean, you have a great example here with Oliver and Karolina and what they've been able to do in just a year by going out and stepping out in faith and going to some conferences and going to some events and meeting people that they have. I think probably one of the best things she shared with me was with Myers when she met with the person there, and they said, well, normally we like to source all of our stuff from Michigan. And she said, well, I was working with Dow Chemical and I was in Michigan when I got the idea to do this. And she said, okay, we can work with that. So you never know, okay? So it's a great story, and it's fun. It's been fun getting to know them and work with them. Just want to let you know that Rob and Alicia are having a special Wealth Masterclass on Love and Money coming up on Thursday, tomorrow night, at the West Osceola Library down in Celebration. So if you have any questions, come see them. We have our holiday special for Toastmasters. We're not meeting next week because of Thanksgiving. We'll be back on December 3rd. December 10th and the 17th, we have two, that should be on the 17th. Okay, yeah, one of the guys just rescheduled. So the 17th, what we're going to do is we're going to have one presenter, but we're going to extend our social networking time for an hour. So if you have something special you want to bring in, some kind of holiday treat or something, then we'll do that. Bernd brought in, what? You brought in German cookies or something last time when we did that, which was great. Eric?
It says Toastmasters. Do you mean 1MC?
Yeah, sorry, I was talking with Toastmasters when I typed that. Sorry. I'm just like, I got so many things I'm running, it's just, one mixes in with the other, unfortunately. Yes, our schedule here for 1 Million Cups. So the 17th, we have one speaker, and we're going to do a holiday social. No meeting the 24th, and we have December 31st, we will have an event. We have one speaker signed up already. So we need one other speaker if you want to end the year and going into the new year. And then we're looking for presenters starting to go into the first of the year. Okay, so keep that in mind and get with one of us and we'll help you. So next meeting, December 3rd, is the pet projects. We have Pupstar and we have Scalehound coming in on the 3rd. So why do you want to present? Marketing and brand awareness, practice and feedback. Karolina, I saw from you today a much more confident, a lot better than I've seen that before. So it's the practice, it's the getting in front of people, learning things to say that can help you get better. Create strategic partnerships, hiring and retaining talent, and then of course the get to know you experience. If you didn't get to sign in and let Kaufman know you're here before, please scan the code. And then this is our thought for the next 2 weeks. So take that with you. That's a great thing. Don't compare yourself to others. You can't look at others and think, oh my gosh, how did they do this? They're no better than I am, but we let our brain mess us up. So that was our quote from last week, I think, right? You'll create more fear and problems in your brain than will ever happen to you in reality. So keep that in mind, all right? Have yourselves a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you all in a couple weeks.